The hotel hallway was quiet, except for the faint echo of footsteps. Jordan Matthews wasn't supposed to be here. His heart pounded in his chest as he stopped in front of room 609, his hands trembling. He had received an anonymous message just an hour ago. If you want to know the truth about your wife, come to Grandview Hotel, room 609. Don't knock. Just walk in. At first, he thought it was a joke, some prank or a misunderstanding. But something in his gut told him he needed to see for himself. With a deep breath, he twisted the doorknob. It wasn't locked. The door swung open, and that was the moment his entire world shattered. Jordan stood frozen in the doorway. The dimly lit hotel room smelled of expensive perfume and red wine. His eyes darted to the large bed, where tangled sheets barely covered two bodies, his wife, Vanessa Matthews, and a man he didn't recognize. His breath caught in his throat. His wife. His wife. Vanessa gasped and shot up in bed, her face draining of color as she saw him standing there. The man beside her grabbed the sheets to cover himself, his eyes wide with shock. J. Jordan. Vanessa stuttered, gripping the sheets as if they could shield her from the truth that had already been exposed. Jordan's fists clenched. His blood boiled, but his voice came out eerily calm. So, this is where you've been going when you said you had late meetings? Vanessa's lips trembled. I can explain. But Jordan wasn't listening anymore. His whole body felt numb. The betrayal hit him like a sledgehammer to the chest. The woman he had loved, trusted, and built a life with, had been sneaking off to hotel rooms behind his back. The other man finally found his voice. Look, man, Jordan turned on him, his eyes dark with rage. Shut the hell up. Silence. Thick and suffocating. Then, Jordan took a slow step forward. Who sent me that text? He demanded. Vanessa's eyes darted away. Jordan narrowed his gaze. She knew something. And suddenly, he realized, this wasn't just an affair. This was something much bigger. Someone wanted him to find out. But why? Jordan stormed out of the hotel, his mind racing. Who sent that message? Why now? How long had this been going on? His phone buzzed again. Unknown number. This is only the beginning. If you want the truth, follow the signs. His fingers tightened around the phone. What truth? Vanessa had cheated. But this felt like more than just infidelity. Then it hit him. What if Vanessa wasn't just cheating on him? What if she was being blackmailed? Or, what if she was hiding something even worse? Jordan gripped the steering wheel of his car, his knuckles turning white. His mind raced with questions, but one thing was clear. Someone wanted him to find out about Vanessa's affair. But why? His phone buzzed again. Unknown number. Don't trust her. If you want proof, check her bank transactions. Follow the money. Jordan's stomach clenched. Bank transactions? What the hell was Vanessa into? He pulled out his laptop, logged into their joint account, and scrolled through the recent transactions. At first, everything seemed normal. Groceries, gas, shopping. But then, a $10,000 transfer. Repeatedly. Every month. His pulse pounded in his ears. The recipient? A man named Kyle Harrington. Jordan's mind spun. Who the hell was Kyle Harrington? He copied the name and ran a quick search. When the results loaded, his blood ran cold. Kyle Harrington wasn't just some random guy. He was a convicted fraudster. A man who had been involved in multiple blackmail schemes, and his wife had been paying him. Jordan's hands trembled as he stared at the screen. Was Vanessa being blackmailed? Or was she willingly paying this man? He had to confront her. Now, he drove home, anger and betrayal burning in his chest. When he burst through the front door, Vanessa was sitting on the couch, her face buried in her hands. She looked up, eyes red and swollen. Jordan, please, he threw his phone on the table. Who the hell is Kyle Harrington? Her face went ghostly pale. I saw the payments, Vanessa, he continued, his voice dangerously low. $10,000. Every month. You've been funding a convicted conman. What the hell is going on? Tears welled in her eyes. I can't explain. Jordan slammed his fist on the table. Try. She sucked in a shaky breath, her lips trembling. If I tell you the truth, you'll never forgive me. His heart pounded. What was she hiding? Then she whispered something that sent a chill down his spine. Kyle is not just my lover. He's my ex-husband. Jordan staggered back. Ex-husband? You told me you had never been married before, he said, his voice laced with disbelief. Vanessa's hands shook. I lied. Jordan clenched his fists. Why? She took a deep breath. Because Kyle is dangerous. He knows things about me, things I never wanted you to find out. And he's been using them to control me. Jordan's mind reeled. So you've been paying him off? Tears rolled down her cheeks. Yes. And when the money wasn't enough, I gave him more. Jordan's stomach churned. You mean? Vanessa looked away, ashamed. Yes. A sickening realization settled over him. Kyle wasn't just blackmailing Vanessa for money. He had been using her. Forcing her into an affair. And someone had wanted Jordan to find out. But who? Jordan's phone buzzed again. Unknown number. Now that you know the truth, be careful. Kyle doesn't just blackmail women. He destroys men too. You're next. His blood turned to ice. This wasn't just about Vanessa's affair. It was about him. Kyle had been pulling the strings all along. And now, Jordan was in his crosshairs. Jordan felt a chill creep down his spine as the weight of the message settled in. Kyle Harrington wasn't just some ex-con. He was a predator, lurking in the shadows, destroying lives. And now, Jordan was in his sights. His phone buzzed again. Another message. Unknown number. You have 48 hours to disappear from Vanessa's life. If you don't, I'll make sure you lose everything. Your job, your reputation, and your freedom. Jordan's jaw clenched. Who the hell did this guy think he was? He turned to Vanessa, his eyes dark with fury. Did you tell Kyle anything about me? Vanessa hesitated. Jordan, please, his patience snapped. Did you or did you not tell him things he could use against me? Her silence was all the answer he needed. Jordan ran a hand down his face. This wasn't just about an affair anymore. This was a setup. A trap. And he had walked right into it. Jordan needed to know everything. Every single detail Vanessa had been hiding from him. Start from the beginning, he demanded. How did you even get involved with Kyle? Vanessa swallowed hard. I was young when I met him. He was charming, smooth, and dangerous in a way that excited me. Jordan folded his arms. And he convinced me to marry him. At first, it was perfect. But then, the lies started. The fraud. The blackmail. He used my name to cover up his scams. When I found out, I tried to leave. But he made sure I couldn't. Jordan's stomach twisted. And now? Vanessa took a deep breath. Kyle isn't done with me, Jordan. He never was. The affair. The payments. None of it was just about money. He wanted control. Over me. Over you. Jordan narrowed his eyes. Why me? Vanessa hesitated, then whispered, because you were his real target all along. Jordan's blood ran cold. What do you mean I was his target? Vanessa bit her lip. Kyle knew about you long before I married you. He's been watching. Waiting. He wanted me to get close to you for a reason. Jordan's breath hitched. What reason? Vanessa finally met his gaze. Because of your job. Your company. Your connections. Jordan was the vice president of a major investment firm, one that dealt with millions of dollars in high-profile transactions. If Kyle had been planning something, his stomach dropped. This wasn't about revenge. This was about money, power, fraud, and Jordan was the key to it all. Jordan's phone rang. Unknown number. His pulse pounded as he answered. Who the hell is this? A deep, amused voice chuckled on the other end. Ah, Jordan. Finally we speak. Kyle. Jordan's fingers tightened around the phone. What do you want? Kyle sighed. You're a smart man, Jordan. I'm sure you've figured out that this isn't just about Vanessa. I don't want your wife. I want you. Jordan's teeth clenched. I'm not playing your game. Kyle laughed. Oh, but you are. And you'll keep playing unless you want me to send proof of Vanessa's extracurricular activities to your company's board of directors. Jordan's heart sank. If Kyle exposed Vanessa's affair, Jordan's reputation would be destroyed. Investors wouldn't trust a man who couldn't even keep his own household in order. Here's the deal, Kyle continued smoothly. You give me what I want, access to your firm's investment accounts, and I disappear from your life. Refuse, and I'll burn everything you love to the ground. A slow rage built in Jordan's chest. He wasn't just going to let Kyle win, he was going to end him. Jordan knew he had only one choice: turn the tables on Kyle before Kyle could destroy him. He called his best friend, Detective Marcus Reynolds. Marcus, I need your help, Jordan said, voice tight. I have a problem. A big one. How big? Marcus asked. Jordan exhaled. Extortion, blackmail, fraud. And my wife is in the middle of it. Marcus cursed under his breath. Tell me everything. Jordan laid out the entire twisted mess. Vanessa's affair, Kyle's threats, and the demand for financial access. Marcus was silent for a long moment. Then he said, All right. We're taking this bastard down. But you're gonna have to play along until we have enough evidence. Jordan nodded grimly. It was time to set a trap for Kyle. And this time, Jordan was the one pulling the strings. The plan was simple. Jordan would pretend to give Kyle what he wanted, fake investment access, while Marcus built a case against him. But then, something went horribly wrong. That night, Jordan walked into his office to find his bank credentials already compromised. His heart pounded. Someone had given Kyle access before Jordan even agreed. Then he saw the security footage. Vanessa. His wife had betrayed him again. Jordan stared at the footage, his hands trembling. Vanessa had played him. Again, she wasn't just Kyle's victim. She was his accomplice. His phone rang. Kyle. Ah, Jordan, Kyle's voice oozed with satisfaction. I told you, you were always the real target. And now, thanks to your dear wife, I have everything I need. Jordan's vision blurred with rage. You're going to regret this. Kyle chuckled. I doubt it. But hey, no hard feelings. Enjoy your downfall. The line went dead. Jordan sat back, his heart pounding. He had two choices. 1. Let Kyle and Vanessa ruin him. 2. Destroy them first. And he knew exactly which one he was going to choose. Jordan moved quickly. He met with Marcus, who had been tracking Kyle's illegal transactions. The trap was already in place. Now, it was time to spring it. The next morning, Kyle walked into his favorite coffee shop, smug, confident, untouchable. Then the police swarmed in. Kyle barely had time to react before he was slammed onto the ground, cuffs snapping around his wrists. Fraud. Extortion. Blackmail. Money laundering. The charges would bury him. And Vanessa? She watched in horror as the police raided their home, seizing accounts she thought were untouchable. She had chosen the wrong side, and now, she had lost everything. Vanessa showed up at Jordan's office, eyes swollen from crying. Jordan. I'm sorry, she whispered. He studied her for a long moment. Then, with a calm he didn't feel, he said, No, you're not. And he walked away. Because some betrayals, they can never be forgiven.
Please subscribe, like, comment and share this video. It means a lot to us. Thank you.